Hey guys, what's up? This is D'Artagnan. Welcome to a new series. This is a game called Mindustry, or maybe it's Mindustry. Not sure what the name is. I think it's Mindustry. Anyways, this game is I guess it's kind of like Factorio in a way. You're basically gathering resources to build machines to then build better machines out of different resources, and you're just trying to it's a tower defense game, so you're trying to fight off different waves of enemies. Up in the corner here you see we're on wave 1. We're going to do the tutorial and also the first map all in one go to kind of give you an idea of what the game is like. So I'll walk you through the tutorial right now. Okay, so WASD to move around. Okay, scroll wheel zooms you in and out. Okay, cool. Want to mine copper. Move close to the copper, then mine. Just left click. Okay, we've got some copper. Okay, mining manual is inefficient. Tap to continue. Drills can mine automatically. Click on the drill tab in the right bottom. Okay. We're going to put that drill right here. Boop. And, okay, we're done with that. Okay, can also do a 2-1 combo. Okay. Each block has different stats. Each drill can only mine certain ores. Okay, thanks for that. Check a block's info and stats, tap the question mark by selecting it in the build menu. So if you hit the question mark there, boom, it'll give you the stats of the item. Tells you what it costs to build, how much it can hold, blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, so we're done with that. Conveyors use to transfer items to the core. Okay. And boom. Make a line. Yep, got it. Hold down the mouse button to place a line. We did it already. Hold control while selecting to place diagonally. You can place diagonally. I think it's kind of wonky to build like I don't know. I just don't like it, so I don't do it. I just do it manually myself. Okay. Yeah, you can rotate the blocks with the scroll wheel. Once an item enters your core, it can be used for building. So as you can see, our copper is going up one at a time. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. 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 Build a dual turret near base. Okay, we'll put one. Right, that looks good. Place a drill near the turret. Sure thing. And they're going to want conveyor belt going to it. Okay. During the battle, you're able to pause the game. True story. You may queue up buildings when paused. Press spacebar to pause. Boop. Okay. Blocks frequently need to be destroyed. Hold down right click to destroy all the blocks in a section. Okay. In some situations, taking items directly from the blocks is necessary. So we can actually click on here, and you can take resources right from there onto your little dude there. Okay. Oh, like that. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Alright, that's actually new to me. Didn't know I could do that. Well, I don't know how loud that music is to you guys, but wow. Oh my. I forgot that it resets all of the stuff when I reset the game. That should be good, I think. Okay, anyways. Okay, we drew that stuff. Okay, you can deposit it on the by simply grabbing this and putting it on there. You can click and drag it back onto the conveyor belt. Okay. The enemy approaches. Tap to continue. Defend the core for 2 waves. Okay. Build more turrets. Mine more copper. Okay. I don't know. These waves are kind of a joke here. At the beginning of the game. You should be able to fight out the first like 2 or 3 guys by yourself without any problem. If you die, nothing happens to you. If you die, you just go back to the base and get respawned. So, is there more guys? Oh yeah, right there. Okay. Once you reach a specific wave, you are able to launch the core, leaving your defensive behind and obtaining all the resources in your core. So right now, if we leave, we'll get 138 copper, whatever the case is. We'll leave all this behind, and we'll just take off. So they want us to do that. These obtained resources can then be used to further your technology, research technology. Press the launch button. Okay, here we go. Boom. And they give you a score at the end, and that concludes the tutorial, I believe. Now you go to the tech tree, and you're going to pick up router, copper walls. That's all you can really pick up right now, I think, honestly. So that's that, and then we're going to go back to ground 0. And give it a whirl. So, best wave survived so far is 3. We're going to try to get to, I think I want to go to wave 20. Is that what I want to do? Let me see here. Each of these is locked by a certain thing. This requires wave 10 in ground 0, and this requires wave 20 in ground 0. So we're going to try to survive to wave 20 just to unlock both these and get it out of the way. So that's the goal, okay? All right, here we go. You always start off with a simple conveyor system. You can leave it the way it is, or you can build onto it. You can do whatever you want to do. Copper is so important early on in the game. You just want to kind of go ham on it. So close. There we go. Now we should have a nice beginner steady supply of copper coming in. Alright, let's go and grab a little bit more now. You could pause while you build if you have a lot of resources. This game's pretty easy early on, so I'm just going to kind of let it go. Oh, by the way, I'm not really an expert at this game or anything. I mean, I have quite a few hours into it, but by no means am I like super good at these kind of games. Just, you know, so you might see things you're like, why is this guy doing that? Oh, well, that's because I don't really. Yeah. Anyways. Bottom line is we got copper coming. Okay, so on this map, all we need is also lead, and that's about it. So the enemies always come from the same area. They're coming from up here. They'll come this way and this way. You can funnel them. They're very stupid. So you can make like a funneling system to kind of trick them into going where you want them to go, basically. So now we could probably pause it and set some up. So we're going to set those up here. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. I think 4 of those would probably be fine. You know what? We'll do actually another one here. I will do 2 more there. Forget it. Do it. Why not? Okay. And then we're going to set up a row of turrets actually. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll do the middle as well. We'll leave 2 gaps in the middle there. I'll tell you why in a second. Oh, we're running out of copper. As you can see, copper's struggling to come in. That's why we're struggling building these things. Each one of those turrets takes 35. So you can pause building by pressing E and just walking away and going do something else for a minute and then come back up and finish it. Okay, we want routers. Actually, let's get the lineup first. And then I like to use routers here. This is a very simple, ugly design, not intended to be super efficient or anything, but this will come up and the routers will spread the ammo out evenly amongst the turrets. So eventually coming down here. There we go. All right. Everyone's got ammo. We're good up there for now. Now we're going to work on this lead. Okay. Okay, we'll bring that lead down. We got some more over there. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And enemies just spawned, but my turrets now should take care of them pretty quickly, so I shouldn't have to worry about this anymore, really. Goodbye. Okay. I want to point out something here. I left this open because if you make a wall too thick, the enemy will go the other way. So I want them to feel like they can still come through here if they want to. Otherwise, they'll just walk over here where my defenses are not at. Eventually, I'll have defenses here too, but later on in games, you might have 2 or 3 or 4 different ways an enemy could come, and they're going to go to the path of least resistance. So you want to put big walls up on the areas where you don't want them to come to, and then kind of have them come to your what they think to be the more weaker area, and that's where your turrets are. So just keep that in mind. Okay. The core, if you look over here, when I hover over it, if you look on the right side where it says core shard and it says its health, see how it says capacity 4K? That means that this core can hold 4,000 of any resource. So it can hold 4,000 copper, 4,000 lead, 4,000 titanium eventually, 4,000. So up to 4,000 of every single resource, not just 4,000 total. And if you plan on being on a map for a long time, like we're going to be on here for 20 waves. If you notice, I've already got 600 copper. You could go around and put, you could put drills here and here and over here and wherever you want, and try to get as much as you want as fast as possible. But the reality is, it's probably going to cap out after like 6 waves or 7 waves or maybe even 8 waves or whatever. So you're still going to have like 12 waves where there's not really anything coming in. So not really a necessity to go crazy early on anyways. I'm so confused. It is pumping out. I'm a clown. Okay, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Okay. All right, so pretty much I think I'm all set now with resources. I think that this will fill up in time with both the resources you're able to get on this map. So now I'm going to focus primarily on defenses and kind of just get set up for the enemy so I don't have to worry about this going forward. Okay. Once again, there are, I'm sure, a ton of other ways you can do this setup. This is not meant to be the best. It's just a way to easily defeat this particular series of enemies on this map. Oops. Okay. So now we have stuff on both sides. Now we can go ahead and kind of get a little more didn't mean to do that. There we go. And I like to use these. I'm sorry, I didn't even finish my thought. I said we can get a little more, and I never said what I was going to say. We can get a little more freely done. Like if I make this too big and too not easy to get through, they go over here. I still have turrets, so I'm not worried anymore about the enemy necessarily being able to get to my base. So another reason why I like to use routers is because then you can just double up right behind them with another series of. As a matter of fact, now we can go ahead and just literally block this up like this. There we go. I'm doing that so that these two will help each other. If one gets backed up and needs more ammo, then the other one can help send over some more copper to assist it. So. And that's pretty much about it. I mean, I'll have to replace a block here and there once in a while, but that's pretty much about the extent of what we're going to be doing as far as defense go. You can do the whole diagonal thing if you wanted to. We could get all crazy and start putting stuff like that. As long as you're able to get a router. Onto the machine, it will be fed ammo accordingly. All right. Okay. If you notice up here, it says we can launch right now. We're at wave 5. This map, you can launch every 5 waves. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Most other maps, it's every 10 waves. And then once you get a little higher up, on some maps, it is every 20 waves. So you have to really kind of pay attention to what you're doing. At least when you're playing single player, you can pause the game, go to the bathroom, whatever you want to do. If you want to play multiplayer with your friends, you cannot pause the game. The game's always running. If you wanted to pause the game, you could. The person who's not the host can leave the game, and then the host can save and quit pretty easily. But no way to really pause the game if you're playing with friends. But it's nice to be able to pause in case there's something comes up, like if I only had this defense here and I could see the enemy going this way, you could kind of pause and maybe think about, okay, what am I going to do now? Might be just enough time to set up a defense or something. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to pause the video now. There's really nothing else you need to see here. And I will resume it when we are about to finish, okay? See you guys in a bit. All right, welcome back, guys. We are in our last little bit here. I want to show you some maintenance things and actually talk about a couple other things real quick. So I made obviously much better defenses. We're maxed out on all of our resources right here. And I want to show you something, a really cool feature about this game. And that is, in this game, they have schematics. We don't have any yet, but basically it allows you to build things in advance. If you've played Factorio, I'm sure you're familiar with how this works. But basically, you can set something up, a design of some kind, and you're like, hey, cool, I love this design. You can press F and save that design down here. And boom. And so it tells you how much it costs, tells you how much room it takes up. And then later on down the road, if you play a map, you're like, oh, cool, I love this spot of copper here. I want to pop this down real quick. You can just go ahead and put that down wherever you want, and you're all set. And you can obviously use this for much more complex designs later on. That's obviously what I do and what other people have done. There is a great Discord. There's a Mindustry Discord. There's a Mindustry Reddit page. There is items on the workshop. There's a lot of things to help you out later on in the game, or even at the beginning if you're looking for a great way to make something efficient. You can look at those resources. Anyways, though, we're maxed out on copper. We're maxed out on lead. Now I'm just forcing you can press the skip button right here. Boop. And it makes the enemies come. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been just basically skipping forward and watching these guys get destroyed. Obviously, you want to do some maintenance in between waves, and then also give your turrets a good 10-15 seconds to recover the lost ammo that they have, and then you can pull the next wave. We're only doing up to 20, so this shouldn't be too bad. We can look at these, make sure they got ammo. Yeah, they do. So we're going to go ahead and call the next wave. This is the last wave we're going to do on this map. And there you have it. Now, if you weren't efficient enough and things were still piling in, you you could wait to 3 minutes and 20 seconds and pause the game at 1 second and hit launch. Boom, launch. But since we're already backed up and we don't care about any more resources, we're ready to go right now. So there's no need to stick around. So we did wave 20. We're good to go. We're going to launch it out. And there you go. We got rank SS, which is the best rank you can get. Tells you how many waves you defeated, enemies destroyed, buildings built, the time played, and then your resources. So, okay. And with that, we can now unlock Frozen Forest. We did 10 waves there. We have the junction and router. Boom, that's uncovered now. We're not going to launch yet. Just uncover it. Boop. Another thing to take into consideration, or to just know about, I guess, is here on ground 0, now that we've completed at least 15 waves, you can now do a configure loadout. So now if you wanted to go in with more resources, you could bring things in with you to give you an advantage on that map. So some maps that are harder, I don't want to do that, restore defaults. So some maps that are harder you get to, or maybe there's some maps that don't have a certain resource and you want to bring in a couple hundred so you can build something in particular, you can do that after you reach wave 15 on all the maps. So what's this? This is, we need a combustion generator to unlock this guy. Okay. So now we're going to go to the tech tree down here. And we're going to unlock graphite. 100% for sure graphite. Okay. We're going to want distributors. Going to want a bridge conveyor. Definitely going to want scatters. Combustion generator, we're going to want that for sure. Silicon. See, now we're getting low on copper up here. So I'm trying to... I know to make graphite we don't need power, so that's fine. Bam. Bam, arrow. Now, if you wanted to, you could go play ground 0 again and do the same thing we just did to get yourself 4,000 of each more resource, or maybe you didn't do as well and you want to just go back in. That's fine. You can do that. You can do that map as many times as you want and get all the resources you want. You can do that. That's totally fine. There's definitely maps I've played multiple times to try to farm more resources. Let's go with the silicon smelter. Okay. That's about all we can do right now with the stuff we have. We'll grab the sorter. Overflow gates are important. We're going to grab those. Okay, that's about it. That's all the copper we have. So now we've unlocked this guy now. So we'll uncover that. Okay. Oh, we actually wasted so much copper, we actually can't afford to go to either of these places. So we actually have to go back to ground 0. So that's actually kind of funny. Well, I'll do that off camera. Okay, learn from my mistakes, I guess. Make sure you save yourself at least 250 copper if you want to go to the next areas. But I'll do that off camera. I'll go ahead and get those down. Please, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, let me know in the section below. Next, we will be playing Frozen Forest. Okay? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take it easy.